We all know China's economy has boomed in recent decades, but India, a land of rich history and massive potential, seems stuck in second gear. Is there something holding the brakes on India's growth, or is it destined for a totally different path to success? We'll be dissecting the factors that shape China's rise, from infrastructure to education, and see how India stacks up. Professor Raghuram Rajan points to a crucial difference in education levels between China and India in the late 1970s. A more educated Chinese workforce provided a foundation for China's economic transformation. This basic education enabled workers to follow instructions in foreign factories, which China actively attracted in the 1980s and 90s. This influx of foreign firms jump-started China's manufacturing sector. Furthermore, basic education, particularly in areas like accounting, equipped these workers to later become entrepreneurs, propelling China's economy further in the 2000s. However, education alone doesn't explain China's success. Many other countries had comparable education levels. We need to explore additional factors. Yet India also undertook a similar liberalization process in the 1990s and 2000s. While India's economy did improve, it never achieved China's phenomenal double-digit growth rates. The argument that India simply didn't liberalize enough doesn't hold water. China itself remains quite restrictive for businesses, scoring similarly to India on indices like the Index of Economic Freedom. Therefore, to understand the divergence between the two nations, we need to explore the remaining ingredients of China's growth model, aspects India was unable to replicate. The second key ingredient, as proposed by Professor Michael Pettis of Peking University, is the investment-led growth model. This model, previously utilized by economic powerhouses like the US, Germany, and Japan, was adopted by China. The core idea that developing countries like China and India have a massive underinvestment problem. Their large populations have the potential to be highly productive, but lack crucial infrastructure, knowledge, and machinery. And to achieve miracle-level growth, a poor country needs to invest heavily in these areas at equally miraculous pace. The question then becomes, where did China find this massive pool of investment capital? So next, let's explore the role of foreign direct investment in China's success. Foreign direct investment, or FDI, involves building factories in another country, directly investing there. China became a magnet for FDI, attracting far more than India. Why is FDI so crucial? It brings not just capital, but also knowledge transfer. Working in efficient foreign factories teaches valuable skills not learned in schools. FDI also provides foreign currency like US dollars, which is essential for importing crucial equipment such as the German machines China needed. China's well-educated workforce further enhances its attractiveness to foreign investors. Professor Rajan highlights a crucial difference: local government effectiveness. Both China and India have vast, decentralized economies. Implementing reforms like education, investment, and attracting FDI relies heavily on local governments. China's local governments had strong incentives to promote investment. They were evaluated based on economic growth, not popularity. Additionally, a significant portion of their revenue came from land sales, which increased with infrastructure development. This aligned their goals with attracting foreign investment. Local officials actively facilitated foreign investment. Professor Rajan provides an example of an Indian businessman in China who received exceptional support, from airport greetings to streamlined paperwork. Similarly, Elon Musk's Shanghai factory benefited from rapid approval processes. India, on the other hand, presented a stark contrast. While the central government promoted FDI, local authorities often hindered foreign firms by rigidly enforcing complex regulations, making entry a time-consuming nightmare. Professor Rajan's insights highlight several reasons why China initially surpassed India. First, China had a better educated workforce. Second, China successfully achieved large-scale investment and attracted significant FDI to fuel growth. Finally, a crucial factor lies in local government effectiveness. While India's central government promoted investment in FDI, local authorities often hampered these initiatives due to a lack of alignment. Professor Davesh Kapoor identifies three key reasons for India's local government struggles. The first is understaffing. Unlike China, which significantly increased local government capacity during its growth period, India's structure is heavily skewed towards the state and federal levels. This lack of local manpower hinders their ability to invest and assist foreign investors. The second explanation lies in India's caste system, a social hierarchy based on birth, which, despite being outlawed, remains a political reality. India's founders intentionally limited local government power, possibly due to concerns about a strong caste system at the local level. level. This structure may contribute to the current imbalance. Even with capacity, local governments might not always support central government policies due to caste-related motivations. Professor Kapoor mentions education programs failing at the local level because caste and gender norms affected classroom dynamics. In extreme cases, the caste system might even deter filling vacancies. Professors Asimoglu and Robinson, in their book The Narrow Order, describe a state with unfilled engineering positions despite high unemployment, suggesting caste-based preferences for candidates. These factors paint a complex picture of India's local governance challenges. Professor Kapoor identifies a third reason for India's local government struggles. India's democracy may be precocious, meaning it arrived before the country was fully prepared. While China's top-down approach allowed local governments to prioritize infrastructure and foreign investment, democracies can achieve similar results through elections. Voters reward governors who grow the economy, incentivizing investment. However, Professor Kapoor argues that India's democracy faces unique challenges. The first is a potential vicious cycle. Poor public services like schools and healthcare lead wealthier citizens to opt for private alternatives, reducing their tax base and further straining public services. Second, caste and other social divisions can hinder long-term planning. Elected officials may prioritize short-term benefits for their specific voter base. Finally, precocious democracies might favor flashy, easily delivered public goods. Politicians may invest in impressive metro systems rather than less visible but crucial areas like education, which has long-term benefits. These factors create a complex situation where India's democracy, though not inherently problematic, faces hurdles in achieving the level of local government effectiveness seen in China. India's economic trajectory compared to China's has been a topic of much debate. While China experienced rapid growth in recent decades, India's path has been much slower and more measured. Professor Kapoor offers insights that go beyond a simple comparison of education, investment, and FDI. He identified key challenges within India's local governance system that hinder its ability to replicate China's model. However, precocious democracies can fall into a vicious cycle. Poor public services like healthcare and education lead wealthier citizens to opt for private alternatives. This reduces the tax base, further straining public services. Local governments, hesitant to raise taxes due to political pressure, struggle to improve the situation. Furthermore, the caste system and other social divisions can hinder long-term planning. Additionally, flashy, easily delivered public goods like the metro system might be favored over less visible but crucial areas. Despite these challenges, there are reasons for optimism about India's economic future. Compared to the 1980s, the population is better educated and the infrastructure has received a major upgrade, especially in digital and financial sectors. This positions India well to attract FDI as companies seek alternatives to China. Professor Kapoor highlights a crucial but often overlooked factor: successful implementation of programs like bank account access, gas connections, and sanitation. These initiatives, while seemingly small, demonstrate a gradual improvement in local government capabilities. India's economic growth will likely be slower and messier than China's. However, this doesn't preclude its success. By focusing on improving local governance, investing in education and infrastructure, and attracting FDI, India can carve its own path to a strong and sustainable economy. Hey, we unpack some big issues from infrastructure to education, but this isn't all doom and gloom. India has a massive young population, a booming tech scene, and a culture of innovation. Who knows what the future holds? But let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Can India carve its own path to success? Let us know what you think. Hit that like button if you enjoyed today's video, and subscribe for more dives into the world of global economics.